It's common knowledge that using evidence is a great way to make better decisions. And that evidence is called data. And because it's so valuable, there is a lot of it. There's a huge market for data. Databases are places that collect and organize the data and then sell it. And the goal of this tutorial is to show you one place to find free databases and one database called IPUMS, or Integrated Public Use Microdata Series, that's useful for the people questions. So a place to find great databases, especially about those people questions, is the Social Sciences Data Guide at the BYU Library website. So I'm going to go to the library website, click on Research Guides, and search Social Sciences Data. This has tons of resources, and if I'm looking for IPUMS USA specifically, I can go to Family and Society, and then click on IPUMS USA. It's also available online by just looking up IPUMS USA, so you can find it here. And I already have an account, so I'm already logged in, but it's free to make one. So when you log in, this is what the page will look like, and you can click Get Data to get started. And this is the search page. Select Samples is the button to use if you already know which surveys, which years you want to select for your data. I'm not sure about that, so let's do a mock project to show you around. So let's say my project is I want to see how schooling affects people's financial outcomes later in life. I'm not quite sure what the name of the variables that I'm looking for in IPUMS is, so I'm not going to use A to Z or the search function. It's not a household, I'm looking at people specifically, but underneath this tab there's education, so that looks like a good place to start. That'll bring up this page, which has all the variables relating to education, and it has lots of information. And in IPUMS, the X means that the variable was taken that year, and a dot means that the variable was not taken that year. So it looks like months in school was only taken in the years 1910 and 1900. School attendance looks like a good variable, so I'm going to add that to my cart. And educational attainment looks like a good variable as well, but let's say I don't know what that means. Well, I can click on the variable name, and it'll bring up this second variable description page where I can learn more about it. This is what I want, so I'll click on Add to Cart, and then field of degree, that seems like something that I might want, but I want to know how they measured it. Well, I can click on Codes, and it's again this page that will help me see more about the variable. So I do want field of degree, and then I'm going to add public or private school as well. The last variable that I want is the financial side of things, and let's say I do know what that variable is called. Let's say it's called total personal income. I can go ahead and type that in and then search it up. Looks like there's 250 instances of total personal income, and this is the one that I want, so I'll select that. Alright, I have everything I want. I'll click View Cart, and I need to add samples before I end. These are the pre-selected samples that IPUMS does. Usually these are pretty good based on the data set, so I'm going to submit those. And then I have this page which shows me all the variables that I'm downloading. Now this is a lot more than what I initially had, but the reason for it is that there's a bunch of pre-selected variables that can help me in different statistical procedures down the line. So don't unselect these. And then there's the census year and the sample identifiers. So these look great to me. I'm going to create the data extract. Final options page, I can change the data format. There's a couple options over here. I'm going to call it education and income, and then submit the extract. Awesome. And IPUMS has a ton of information, so it may take a couple minutes to retrieve or process the data, but I've never waited more than half an hour, so it should be done in just a second. I've received an email that my data is ready. IPUMS always includes a citation, which is helpful, and here's the link. So I'll go ahead and click that link, download.dta, and it might take a second to download, but I've done it previously so I can show you what it looks like. it should come up like this, and then you can double click that, and archive utility or whatever decompression program you use will open it. That's about everything I have to show you. Just any final questions can go to the library, or they can go to Maggie. She can meet online or face-to-face in room 1212 at the library. You can also send her a message over email or over text. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial, and happy searching.